Howdy.
Hi.
What are we doing today?
Howdy Cowboy Candy.
Howdy Cowboy Candy. That's what we're doing. We had a lot of jalapeno peppers this year. Jalapenos and serranos. So we're going to make those up today.
I mean, truth be told, we had a lot of just peppers.
We did.
A lot of peppers.
Peppers were a great success this year.
So we've got the similar canning.
So let me grab you here and I'll bring you over.
Okay. We have a similar canning setup to what we did yesterday with making the tomato sauce. The difference is today we are going to water bath can the jalapenos, the Cowboy candy. So there's the Cowboy candy that Brett has made.
So this is, we weighed it out, 4 pounds of peppers mixed between serranos and jalapenos. And you can tell they're red. That's what you get. Jalapenos, when they're ripe, they turn red.
They do.
A lot of people don't know that.
They're also webbed.
Yes.
The skin is webbed.
Yeah.
So like it has what looks like a kind of a brown spider web across the skin. That's apparently a true jalapeno. Who knows? I don't know.
But yeah, so you make a brine, and essentially you're candying jalapenos. So I believe, just going off memory, the recipe that we used, I believe, was 2 cups of vinegar, apple cider vinegar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
6 cups of sugar, or is it 8? I think it was 8 cups of sugar.
We've got 2 cups of
Yeah,
vinegar.
let's get the actual.
2 cups of vinegar. We used apple cider vinegar. Vinegar. 6 cups of sugar. Half a teaspoon of turmeric. Half a teaspoon of, celery seed, but we don't have that, so we used, what did we use?
I used just a pinch of cumin and a pinch of, is it oregano?
Something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then...
Because apparently you can substitute for those things.
And then 3 teaspoons of garlic powder. Or garpow.
Garpow, as we
it's
should
known
call
here.
it.
So what I'm going to do, so here's, you might steam up. Here's the water bath. It's just getting hot. Obviously there's a lot of water in here because we're going to double layer these jars. So I was just getting these jars hot. So I'm going to bring them out now and I'm going to place them on the towel. And then we are going to start putting the Cowboy candy into the jars.
So we will see you shortly.
Yeah. So jars are now out of the canner. They're hot. I mean, they're finger hot.
Yeah, they're warm.
They're warm.
You want to do that just so you don't put cold jars into boiling hot water and they crack. So getting them the same temperature roughly is helpful. One
little tip as well that I've taken from last year is the water bath, don't have it boiling when you put the jars in because that's how accidents happen.
Yes.
So we're going to fill the jars now, seal them, and then we're going to put the jars in, let the water bath come to a boil, and then start the 10-minute cooking time. So, go ahead.
And to rewind a little bit, when we cut up the jalapenos and the peppers, rubber gloves, absolutely.
And open the window.
And open the window. But we went out into the garage and came back in the kitchen. Wow, does it smell amazing. It smells good.
It does smell good.
So, let's begin. From some of the videos, other things that I've seen, people suggest using a slotted spoon to fill, and then backfilling with some liquid when you're done.
And I would suggest using the funnel as well.
Ah, yes. Good shout. There we go.
Now we need to leave also some headroom for movement.
That makes me nervous. Syrupy is gonna get everywhere. Syrupy, is that?
Syrupy. Well, we've got towels down. I'm very happy to switch places with you if you so wish.
So this one yeah, be a little few more.
And they do say to like pack them down a little bit as well. It smells really good. Smells spicy.
I'm gonna go through, fill it like that, and then come back and backfill in
the
second round.
So you can see at the back there, we've got everything that we need for doing this canning. So we've got the little lids, the little sealed lids, the twist tops to hold the lids on while they're water bathing and canning process is taking place. And yeah, we're getting this down.
So after I made up the brine for these peppers, you let the sugar melt, turn into kind of a syrupy stuff, and then you throw the peppers in, and you let that simmer for 5-10 minutes, it said. But at the end of the day, when you put these jars in the hot water, you're cooking them inside the jars.
Mm-hmm.
So
they should come out bubbling. Well, we're going to finish doing these jars and then we'll be back.
Okay, here we go. We've got a pot full of some hot water. It's not quite boiling, but almost there.
Yeah.
And we got our jars of Cowboy candy.
These jars are hot. I am just making sure that all of these rings are finger tight so that they don't come off in the water bath. So here we go. I think I remember how I did this, but I guess we'll find out. The good news is that this gripper fits these jars like perfectly.
But these are the half pint jars?
No, these are the
Quart jar. I don't know why. I've got half pints stuck in my little half pint.
We didn't get half pints because they didn't have the wide mouth jars in the half pint size when we went to buy them. So we got these ones instead because we thought they were cute. Now I'm having to be a little bit careful here because obviously this is very hot water, and as I'm putting the jars in, the water level is rising. So I don't want to get my fingers on it. Okay.
So that's one layer. We're going to put 2 layers in.
Yeah.
Which, the water's getting pretty high.
It is. I might have to take some out actually.
Yeah.
Just because obviously we have displacement. So I measured it about 1 centimeter over the jars when they were empty when I went in with them. Because you need about 1 inch of space over the top of the jars. But obviously I went too far. That's okay.
One more left, I believe, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
All right.
So now that these are all in, you wait for this to come to a rapid rolling boil, big boil.
Big boil?
Big boil. And then you start, once the rolling boil begins, that's when you set your timer for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So we will cut short here and see you all in a few minutes.
Lid on, people.
Lid on. So we've achieved a rolling boil about a minute ago. So you can tell I got the timer going for 10 minutes and a rolling boil. That's that. So that's really going, which is good. So the lid back on. And we will see you in 10 minutes. Well, 8 minutes and 47 seconds. Bye.
So we are done. We tied it up in the kitchen. Yay!
Yeah, we did too.
We did. There was sticky
We've
stuff.
been in this kitchen pretty much all day, all weekend.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna treat ourselves to doing something different this afternoon.
I think so.
I think so as well. Maybe we go out
Maybe for
somewhere.
a walk.
Maybe we go somewhere. Yes.
Hudson Springs.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway,
We'll think about it.
we're gonna do this first.
It's been our 10 minutes of rolling boil. We've taken it off, so it's just kind of cooling down a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and start grabbing these. I've not used these yet, so
you might be about to see a fail army video instead.
yeah, quite possibly.
Just be careful with your fingers there. Okay, that's one of
I'm
the.
trying to squeeze hard, but not too hard. That's just the brine that we put in there. And I think this might be the same. I'm gonna stand back a little bit because the last thing I want is to drop this in, then splash, and then you get.
There's a trick when you're bringing the vegetables out is try not to tilt the jars. Just ignore the water on the top of the jar. It will evaporate.
I did not know that. Now I do. Okay, so it's not boiling, but I think we'll see with the ones with the actual peppers in that they may actually be still cooking, which is fine.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bubbling
there's still
going
bubbling
on.
going on. So we've set up a chopping board with a towel on it for these because obviously they're very, very hot. And they're going to sit for, what, 24 hours?
I think so, yeah.
Probably just to cool. Once they're cool enough, we'll move them out of the kitchen so that they're not in the way. But it's, we didn't want to be hoiking them across the house to put them into storage without them cooling down a little bit first. Because, of course, this is sugar syrup, which means that it's just hot as anything.
I like the way the colors come out with these jalapenos. It almost looks like it's a jar of cherries or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful color. It really is.
I'm not sure what the flavor difference is between a ripe jalapeno and a green jalapeno. I'm not sure, but
we know they're hot.
some people might know the difference. But the way I'm thinking is I would rather use the pepper that's ripe than not.
So we were told try your peppers before you can them.
Because some of the recipes call for some cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
But I think our peppers were hot enough to not need.
No, we decided not to add the cayenne pepper because we did taste the peppers before when they were raw before we put them in. And both of us went running for the milk.
I went for the half and half.
Oh, he went full cream.
I did. If you're gonna do it,
It was not an easy digestion, that's for sure. So obviously the sugar will help that somewhat.
And I believe this is the last one.
Oh, we just got one more? I couldn't really see. Oh yeah, there it is.
I heard a lid
pop. So there it is. That's what, 12 jars?
Yep.
And yeah. We shall see. So they say to check the seal after they've stood for 24 hours. If they haven't sealed properly, then it's fine. You just can't store them for several months. We would have to use them sooner rather than later, which is fine. You can just put them in the fridge. They'll keep for a few weeks. Actually, I think someone said that you can keep them for a couple of months in the fridge.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously
because of the amount of vinegar that's in this recipe, it's pretty stable.
But obviously with the canning and sealing, you can store them on a shelf. I mean, somebody said on YouTube when we were researching this that you can store them for like 6 years. I'm not convinced of that. I think I would be a little bit nervous about using anything after a year.
If this amount of peppers lasts us 6 years, then we have an issue.
Then we need to stop growing peppers.
Yeah.
So this has been our weekend of canning. I think we need to get cleaned up, both of us. Mm-hmm. We're both a little bit sticky and spicy, to say the least. And then I think we'll go and it's starting to brighten up. It's been raining this morning.
Get a little fresh air outside.
It's
Although
not
that
gonna-
being said, it's not going to smell as good outside as it does
It's
in
not.
here.
But the sun is starting to come out, and might go and check on the chickens, see if we've got any more eggs, and then we'll go and, I don't know, have a little afternoon out
We'll
somewhere.
figure it out.
So that was canning for dummies.
Canning 101 for dummies.
That's
Canning
us.
for Brett.
Canning for dummies. We are the dummies. But now we've done it, I'm feeling a lot more confident.
Yeah.
I think for next year we'll be
Yeah.
even more confident
I think so.
and probably try and can a few more things.
Yeah.
So as we leave things, say bye, Brett.
Bye, Brett.